What is up guys, I'm here today with another video, and well, we've played Pokemon Sword and Shield a month, okay, no, 3 weeks earlier, and you'll see the whole experience over here, and I'm gonna just talk about the game, right? So, yeah, I know they're starting with the stairs, and we're just walking in, so the whole thing wasn't that on the first floor of the Pokemon Center in London, you were able to play Sword and Shield. So as you can see on the video right now, we actually had to go up to play the game. We received the Nintendo magazines and all of that stuff, but it was a really cool place where, I'm looking at the video as well, where everyone was Galar region themed. You can see a whole wall with Galarian map, which is really cool, and it was super fun. And all those different stations, you've got Nintendo Switches in a dark mode on the right, you've got Nintendo Switch Lite on the left, and of course there were also those things that you could have had in your hand, and there's Happy Kovac, right, because that's her favorite Pokemon from Sword and Shield right now. Zakain and Zamazenta on the wall. But let's talk about the demo. So the demo was kind of interesting because what we were given was the water, I don't want to say temple, but it was the water gym leader, right, and the water gym. So not really a lot of exploration in the outer world, not really a lot of other things. That's me in the video. But what was kind of cool is that we were able to experience at least the few battles in that game. I mean, of course there were some spots that I couldn't record it, that they precisely told us not to record, but I can talk about those, which is quite cool because there are a few parts of the gameplay that they didn't want to show for whatever bizarre reason, but you're able to talk about it. So the first thing, as you can see, this is like a logical thing. You have to just move all those switches around and actually get into the gym. What I was curious while I was playing, are there all the buttons working? Because we're holding a Pro Controller. They disabled a lot of things. I mean, you were unable to get to menu. You're unable to just get anywhere. All you could have done was just go through the puzzle, go through the riddle, and just just play it, right? So it was kind of weird that it was like that. I honestly thought that they're gonna give us a little bit more, but well, it happens. As you can see right now, right? I'm gonna just put it again. Kovac is just looking through her party. And one thing that's really cool about that is, as you look through the party, on the left side you have the exact types, and as you're fighting, you have the exact symbol of the attacks. So all the attacks are white, but we've got a nice symbol. Really cool touch. I really love that touch that they've done there. So there was a lot of, you see, there it is, right? On the right you had this this thing. So my impressions of the demo are really good. Honestly, the demo was super good, and maybe it only touched on a few things, just walking around, fighting, just seeing all those different Pokemons, which are the types are which, and just a little bit of enjoyment of the game, how the battle system works. And I can tell you, this felt fresh. This felt really good, and maybe we're unable to explore the outer world. Maybe we're unable to actually get into all the online details, because I tried to just take those few informations from different people, but they were just can't talk about that, sorry mate. And I was like, oh man, that's a bummer. So yeah, as you can see now, I just switched the camera to the Grookey, and this is the part that we're not supposed to film. I kind of grabbed it by accident, and they didn't notice that, so there you go, it's exclusive. So the final battle was Grookey versus the gym leader, right? And there were a few Dynamaxes, and the Dynamax in general, I mean, I know I'm all over the place, but I'm just so happy about that. The Dynamax in general just feels so natural. It feels so good. I mean, I know how it was portrayed in trailers, and it's so over the top and it's crazy, but when you do play, it just feels natural to this game, right? It's something you even expect, and that was really cool feeling that when we hit that Dynamax, it was oh, it's just Mega Evolution. It's really cool. It works. It does make sense. And it just works. It just works. I'm gonna change to this one. Yeah, so you see like the more platform. So there's a lot of platforming in that area. Actually, wait, I'm gonna sneeze. No, I will not, or I will. Excuse me. I'm still a bit sick. So there's a lot of platforming in this area, definitely. And it was kind of interesting to see how they've approached the demo in general. So your team was structured exactly the way you would think it would be. So you've got all the counters you wanted to your opponent's Pokemon, right? So the first battle was they have Vulpix, as you could have seen. So you started with the water type. Then it switched to grass type, so you had the Scorbunny, right? So it did make sense here. But honestly, I was just so happy to play it, and it looks really good. Let me tell you, in a dark mode, it looks really good. Like, honestly, it looks amazing. On the Nintendo Switch Lite, it still looks really good. Like, that was a surprise to me, because I talked to people and I was like, yeah, can I just grab Nintendo Switch Lite to see how the game performs there? And they were like, yeah, sure, go ahead, mate. So I grabbed it. I played the same demo, and it was just really, really good. I did felt that before, like, that was my thought, that Nintendo Switch Lite can't handle Pokemon, or there are gonna be lags. But I think they maybe chose the area where there's not a lot of things happening. There's a lot of water, all of that stuff. But it performed well. There was no frame drop whatsoever. It was really, really nice. It was smooth, and like the game feels fresh. Honestly, the game feels fresh. If you enjoyed, like Let's Go, if you enjoyed the remakes, like, Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, I can guarantee you're gonna love this one. It just felt super fresh to me. It didn't feel that I'm playing, the same old, even though, the pattern is there. It felt new. It's like it's a natural progression for something new, especially with with like the 3D characters, the movement, and like it was just great experience. One thing that kind of annoyed me, like there were two things that annoyed me. So the workers there, like the staff, one of them, like let's say two, were really sensitive about your phones, even though like when you enter they say like it's cool to record, sure, because I asked can I record, and they were really, really sensitive about it, and they were like really just standing behind you almost all the time, looking at your camera, are you doing, so I've seen people have to delete a few things, right? You couldn't get pictures though. That was kind of interesting. You can have a video, but you couldn't get a picture of the screen, even though it was like in whatever stage of the demo. That was really interesting to see that you can't do that, but you can't record, so you can just you can stop it at the specific frame and you have the same thing. Quite interesting, and there was like one person that flipped out about it, and because they were like standing next to me, and someone wanted to take a picture, and like, no, stop, delete it. It's like, all right, just relax, you can do it politely. And the other thing that I was kind of annoyed by, that many staff members, they didn't really let you experience it on your own. They were really maybe not even standing there, because if you stand, I'm cool with that, that's your job, but they were really like trying to hold your hand throughout the whole game. And again, like the person asked us, like, did we play the game? I'm like, yeah, sure, I know the game, can I just play it and experience it on my own? And the person was cool about it. They were like, yeah, sure, and they went. But then like the other guy came in, and it's not on the video, and he was like starting to teaching me how to switch Pokemon, and I'm like, I know. And he was like, no, you don't know. I'm like, I know, you just go to Pokemon and you switch, like it's not science. And he goes like, no, you don't understand. I'm like, so I'm gonna do it my way, and you tell me if that's correct way. And you already get kind of pissed about it, right? So I switch to Pokemon, and he goes like, so and I'm like, dude, or we're doing the puzzle, and the guy just came in and he goes like, oh, you're doing the puzzle wrong. while we're at the very end of the puzzle and we're just, walking to the gym leader, and he just grabbed Kovac's controller and not even redone, but like put us backwards, literally, like few steps backwards, and he went, "Oh, my mistake," and handed us the controller back. And we're like, what the hell? Like, dude, let us experience that. On Nintendo Switch Lite, actually, there was none of those. Because, you hold it here, so they can't really see what you're doing. They don't really care that much. But that was something that annoyed me a lot, that some personnel just was in your face in that demo area. Like, really, let me experience it my way. Let me have this full nice experience of the whole area of the game, because I'm gonna buy the game no matter what, but I want to review the demo the best I can. Again, a lot of, as you can see right now, right, there's a schoolgirl outfit, a lot of areas, a lot of nods to UK, like there's a lot of, mate and all of that stuff. So definitely the game has this really nice feeling, right? I mean, I didn't thought I'm gonna get hooked so much on the game. I was like, oh man, do I really want to, get so much into the game? But let me tell you, the demo just convinced me. It's everything you wanted from Pokemon, but just upgraded. Battles look better than ever. Environment looks better than ever. You've got, like, they really got into the whole Galarian region thing, and like they really just go into the stadium kind of thing where you've got, the sponsors. Really nice. So it feels like they went all in on one idea, and it was a good choice. Like, honestly, it was a good choice, and if I had doubts, I don't have any. So for me, this is like a full-fledged Pokemon game. It feels like it plays like it, and I've asked actually a few questions about the online. I didn't get the answer. The only thing that I know is that the camp that, and the cooking is not essential for the game. Like, you can do it, but you don't have to, right? So what I kind of gathered is that you can play the game the old school way, where you don't have all these new things, but you can also get the new things and get the new stuff and try it out. But it's just not like in your face you have to do it, which is really good. And what I also noticed, that there were like two versions of the demo. When you reach the door to the final boss, the gym leader, the demo was shut down, or it let you through. So it was kind of weird, right? Depending on how you played. On Nintendo Switch Lite, it didn't let us through. Like, I've reached the door and was like, stop. But on in the dark mode, it actually let us through, which was quite cool to be able to fight those. And like, the gym leader battles are definitely more fun. Like, you feel that you're fighting for something. You enter this huge stadium, and they just feel really, really good. They are amazing. So what are my thoughts about, the whole experience of the demo? Honestly, if there'll be, just less of annoying staff members that were just so much into your face, I would give it 10 out of 10. But it's like 8 out of 10 because of that. But the gameplay, the game itself, if you were not convinced on that, I can tell you this: if you're a hardcore Pokemon fan, and if you're scared that, well, it's not gonna be the same game anymore, it will be. It's the same game that you've always played, we've loved, and you don't have to, do this whole cooking. You don't have to, do this whole camping. You can still experience the game the way you experienced previous games, right? And there's, still all other environments, which is really nice that, they are not just pushing it down your throat what you have to do. It's more of what you want to do. And I like that. I really do like that. The puzzle was really good. I mean, the puzzles are really fun. Because, like, for us, older guys are always, just fun to play. But for the younger generations, I know I sound so old now. It trains their brains a little bit, and that's a strategy game at its best. So, it really does train their like logical thinking, puzzle solving. Really good idea there. And of course, that it feels like a fresh game. Like, that's all I can say. Honestly, it feels so fresh. When I hold the controller, you know, I've tried all the buttons. If the menu is working, there was not. But it just felt fresh. Like, that is how I can... Like, that's really... If I would, you know, have to sum up the game, like the demo, in one word, fresh. And that's, you know, coming from a guy that spent like 180 hours in Let's Go, and even, you know, and the same amount of hours in previous games. It just feels fresh. It feels good. It feels a lot better than Sun and Moon. It feels a lot better than Let's Go. Like, honestly, if I would have to compare it to other games, like, you know, in terms like Let's Go first, Let's Go just... Literally, if you compare Let's Go to this one, Let's Go is for kids. Let's leave it there. If you compare it to Sun and Moon, that is like not even an upgrade, but it feels like a brand new game in that, with that idea of Pokemon. So is it better than Sun and Moon? Definitely, I would say. As of right now, it feels better. It plays better. The graphics are amazing, and I just can't wait. I know my review was kind of all over the place, and I'm sorry for that. But it was just like, you know, I'm super excited, and it was really, really nice and cool to be able to do that. And yeah, Nintendo, don't ban me for showing the Grookey out there, because again, your basic Pokemons can do Dynamax, right? So you have Dynamax Grookey, you have all this stuff, which is quite cool. And just can't wait. And if I ever doubt in buying, you know, the Steelbook, because that's what we purchased, I have no doubts now. I can't wait, and I'm so excited for the game. Like, they should release the demo, because the trailers, the whole presentation, it does not, you know, do the game justice. Honestly, that's how I feel, because until I had it in my hands, until I played it, I was like really, you know, skeptical about it. I was like, oh man, the graphics, you know, it's on the video, they might change during the gameplay, how it's gonna work on this. No, when you play it, you have this aha moment when you go like, oh, wow. And you have a boner. Just saying. Amazing. So if you ever thought, well, should I buy Nintendo Switch now? Or get my Switch with a bundle of Sword or Shield? Yes. I give it 2 thumbs up. I give it, you know, like everything I have. Because that, honestly, if the game is going to look like that and play like that for the whole... I think it's gonna, you know, have everything we know so far. Honestly, I know I might over-exaggerate stuff, but I think that might be the best Pokemon game out there up to this point. Honestly, I think that might be a contender for a game of the year for many people. It's just that good. Like the battle system, if you thought that you can't, you know, make battle system even better, or, you know, any more futuristic or modern, they're just doing it. They are doing it. The menu when you switch Pokemons, it's, oh man, it's so good. It's so good. So guys, thank you so much for watching that. I hope, you know, my review kind of helped you a lot, and you can ask me a lot of questions on Twitch about it. Don't worry, you can ask me. We're gonna talk about it on Twitch probably a lot. So again, thank you so much for watching. Goodbye. Mwah. Good night. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more videos, for more Pokemon TCG decks, and more well, Pokemon, right? Because we're going to play a lot of Sword and Shield on the channel as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. Goodbye, and good night. Raven loves you. Bye. By the way, down there below, 5% discount, any code with purchase on Professor Oak. Bye.